There we go.
And Sean for opening remarks.
Yeah, what a night of boxing. 8 o'clock, there were 20,000 fans in there. It was incredible to see people say that boxing is dead or things are going wrong. But when boxing is good, boxing is amazing. And people just wanted a proper night out tonight. And it started at 8 o'clock. We had fights throughout. I thought Riakporhe did really well. Congo Westman was a brilliant fight. But then the main event. Liam Smith was confident throughout this. This was the fight that he really wanted. This was the fight that he waited for, and we finally got it, and he finished it in devastating fashion. I think a lot of people in his camp believed maybe it could be a stoppage, but definitely would come out on top. But that was emphatic, and the atmosphere, that's why we love boxing. And we saw it tonight. Chris EUBANK Jr., one of the biggest names in our sport, and Liam Smith showed why. Good fundamentals, top quality fighter, world level, world champion, done everything, and he knew exactly what to expect. And obviously very proud of him, given the week and the build up. There was a lot of attention, a lot of pressure, and he came in and he enjoyed it, and he was extremely confident, and in the end it was a formality. Thank you all the media and the press. This event just got bigger and bigger and bigger over the 8 to 10 weeks, and we had a treat tonight, and it was an unbelievable victory for Liam Smith, for Liverpool, and delighted to be here now with the winner. Liam, obviously it was something that you predicted. It was something that you were very confident about, but how do you feel after that?
I feel obviously great the way I should feel after a win like that, but I was confident I could beat Chris EUBANK 10 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, yesterday and today. Obviously it was in great fashion after just beating him, but it was just a prime case of what got said all week. You know, Chris's chin is great. It's like Chris could never be hit, so it baffled me a few times, and I just said all along, I don't think because Chris has got a great chin he cannot be hit, and that was the best way to answer it. You get it with little gloves on the right spot, you're going, no matter how good your chin is. There's been boxers past, present, who've got as good a chins, if not better chins than Chris EUBANK Jr., and obviously that showed exactly that.
Joe, I was calling you in the week saying make sure Liam stays on it. You were like, you have nothing to worry about, and you filled me with confidence for 8 to 10 weeks, and I think you believed in your fighter more than anyone. I think we were all confident, but you knew what Liam was, and we saw it tonight.
Yeah, do you know what, Ben? I just want to congratulate Liam on your win. Well done, Beef. And do you know what, Ben? It's when he trains as hard as he trains in the gym, and they leave no stone unturned. And I seen a comment the other day, some few non-boxing soft contactors and non-boxing say, oh, he was in David Lloyd's on a treadmill, he was on a recovery session, you know, he trained really hard for this, showed Chris the respect he deserves, and you know, it proved in his performance tonight. I did tell you, you know, a lot of people are overestimating Chris's power and underestimate Liam's. Told you in the hotel too, so Liam touches it, he'll know what time it is, you know what. Look, strange thing have happened in boxing, and I'm not really that shocked. I'll take the victory, but he was coming away with the victory by KO or by points decision tonight, definitely.
As you say, you weren't that shocked,
Yeah.
but were you frustrated with the amount of media, fans, everyone almost looking like it was a foregone conclusion? We all knew this was a tougher fight than Conor Ben, but I think there was a lot of media that were favouring Chris EUBANK Jr. How did that affect you?
Yeah, not really, you know. I've had eyes on EUBANK for a lot of years, you know. I know, you know, he's not fundamentally the most best boxer out there, and I've got a man next to me here that can do everything. You know, he's got this, and Chris underestimated him. I truly believe in a one-trick pony chugging forward. I lost him for a little bit in the third round, you know, because he's a ballsy cunt, but he got back to it in the fourth, and he just pulled that knockout out, and you know, he's just a fantastic fighter. There's nothing he can't do.
Liam, obviously you've achieved a lot in your career. You've done everything I imagine that you could have dreamed of. How does tonight rank in amongst those achievements?
My cheat stays in, so it's fucking right up there. No, look, the whole night taken into consideration. You know, sold out Manchester Arena. EUBANK's a huge name, Sky pay-per-view, and to do something kind of everyone said I couldn't do. Not no one thought I'd do. Basically, everyone told me I couldn't do it. You know, obviously it ranks right up there with the best nights in my career.
What I will say is Chris Eubank Jr. took a risk tonight, a risk that he didn't have to take, and he is a fighting man. He is a real fighter, and he stepped in there. There was a lot of pressure on him tonight, and I think he will have known how good you were. He probably knows now the levels that you really are at, and we hope to see a rematch. It'll be on Chris Eubank Jr. as to whether we see it, but I just want to say thank you to him as well, because he gave us a spectacle and a build-up that was incredible, and obviously Beefy has come out on top. Before we finish, any questions to Liam, to Joe?
Liam, how great did it feel to silence someone that was really trying to get in the head in the build-up?
Obviously great. That was always kind of going to be the plan from the start. The fight was made. It'd be great to just beat Chris, you know, the character. But look, that's the way he portrays his career, basically. You know, I said before, and I know this week got out of hand a little bit, but name me a Chris Eubank Jr. fight and build up that's being respectful and like shook hands, and you know he hasn't had one. So I knew that was gonna go that way. You know what I mean? But it was just always going to be a good victory to beat Chris. He's a big name. He's he's probably a bigger name outside of boxing than he is in boxing. It's a strange one with him, but you know he's a big name now, and to have the reception I got in Manchester, I said before, and take football rivalries aside, Manchester's good as home for me. I've had some top nights up here. I'm still unbeaten in Manchester. I won my world title here, and that probably topped it again.
The atmosphere was electric, like you mentioned, here in Manchester. I'm guessing that you're thinking about the idea of it back in Liverpool rematch if Eubank takes it. Do you think he takes the rematch and it being in Liverpool as well?
Yeah, you know, he has to sit with his own team, his own family, and see if he wants this rematch. But you know, I'm open to any, and I always have been open to anything. You ask anyone who's ever dealt with me over the years. I'm not hard work to deal with, but you know, if it's Chris next, it's Chris next. If not, we can sit down, and I've got very good options now. I'm in a good position. Ben said Kel wants to fight the winner. That's a huge fight. I know there's talks with Golovkin, so I've got a good position now at 160 as well as 154. So you know, it's again just a win. That was all that mattered today.
Liam, Radio Raheem. Chris has tweeted that he had a great shot. He credited you with the win, and has tweeted that he wants the rematch. You accepting that rematch?
Yeah, I have to. I think, you know, so I don't know, yeah, of course. I said last week, I said 2 weeks ago, I said 3 weeks ago, 4. I beat him once, I'll beat him twice, so it's not a problem, but this has to be right for me now and on my terms. You know, it's not really bothered about the Smith Eubank sign, but the other things has got to be on my terms.
What makes it right on your terms?
Just obviously everything, you know, like I said, Liverpool, obviously the money side to it now, might drag them down to 157.